most, can we give the senator another round of applause? So we in the Assembly have been fighting this fight for the last 3 years. In all of those 3 years, we've had the bill in the one House budget, and we were unable to get it through. But this year, we have a partner in the Senate. And we also have a partner in the governor who has indicated in his State of the State and since then that he supports prevailing wage on private-public partnership projects. Why do we all support this? It's simple. The Constitution tells us to support this. Our Constitution since 1938 has indicated that labor is not a commodity. Labor is not a commodity. We must value the construction men and women who are on projects, and we must pay them prevailing wage. But what has changed since that was put in the Constitution? What has changed is the way that we finance these projects. The way we finance them now is through private dollars and public dollars. In order to get to the spirit and the intent of our Constitution, we need to statutorily define what constitutes public works. This bill is very simple. It just says that if taxpayers' dollars are used to subsidize a private project, then prevailing wage must be paid on that project. Do we want prevailing wage? Yes! If our taxpayer dollars are used, does not responsibility come with that? Do we want responsibilities with our taxpayer dollars? Yes! Right. So, what happens on this? So there's a few people out there that are saying, oh my God, it's going to increase costs so much. They're taking a simplistic view. None of us disagree with the math. If prevailing wage is at this level, non-prevailing hourly rate is at this level, does that cost more? Absolutely. But when you factor in that only 24% of the overall construction cost is prevailing wage, and you analyze the entire cost of the construction project, we have three economists, who have opined, looking not only across the country, but specifically here in New York State, that increase is insignificant, and in actuality, overall, it is better for not only the worker and their family because they're getting paid more, the worker and their family because more often when it's prevailing wage, local contractors, local workers are hired, but then those workers go in and they contribute to our economy. They contribute by purchasing items in our economy, by buying homes and living in our community, and that translates into more tax dollars, sales taxes, income taxes, going back into the system so we can then reinvest back into our economy. We do private-public partnerships because we want to stimulate our economy. Stimulating our economy is not just about giving tax breaks and tax subsidies to large companies. It's about making sure that the workers on those projects also can share in the economy by having a real prevailing wage, a wage that is a living wage, a middle-class wage. Our responsibility as New Yorkers in this government is to say, we want to stimulate the middle class. This is the middle class right here. Workers who are trying to give You don't get people in the middle class by not paying good wages. You don't get people in the middle class by not paying benefits, whether it's health care or retirement benefits. Prevailing wage require all of those things, and once again, it's not just rooted in the statute. It's rooted in our New York State Constitution. It's rooted in who we are as New Yorkers. New Yorkers have an ability and a desire to lift all boats instead of a race to the bottom, as the senator said. We do not want contractors to continue to race to the bottom by deflating the wages they pay. We need to pass public works definition, and when do we need to do that? In the budget. We're going to fight like hell between now and the end of next weekend to make sure that this is in the budget, it's a good bill, it's fair to everybody, but most importantly, it will continue to stimulate our economy and move people into the middle class. Thank you very much.